Elwirfy, and today we're going to be playing a game that recently just came out. I'm really excited to get going on this. I've never played this before, but I heard it's really, really good. It's actually like a pretty good game. There's going to be a lot of reading. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening, I guess you could say. I heard that your choices really do mean a lot in this game, so we'll see how far we can get. But again, don't be fooled. This is going to be a pretty heavy game as well, it sounds like. But I've been looking at it for a little while. It just came out, so I want to get straight into it and put some awesome gameplay up for you guys. And hopefully the story's good too. I don't know anything about the game. I just know it just came out, and I love spaceship stuff. So let's get into it. Alright, new game. Ooh, what's this? Choose your preferred playstyle. Hero mode is the easy mode. Well, we're not going to do that. Difficulty mode integrated into the setting. While it's harsh, dying is easy. You aren't a hero. You can kill anyone easily. Okay. You might have to walk away from fights you can't win. Make decisions a true hero wouldn't. And master the combat system just to even the odds. It's the best way to experience the game. Alright, then we'll do the best way to experience the game. No problem with that. Obviously, if the game isn't fun this way, we'll switch. But for now, I'm fine with this. Recommended for experienced players. Recommended for new players. I am a new player. Let me look at these pre-made characters and see if they're interesting. Let me see if we even want that. We could. Looks like we could still customize our stuff. Change our name. Oh, look, we can even change our name. So let's be Elwirfy for sure. Let's see if there's any cool characters. I think I'm going to do a pre-made character, mainly to speed up character creation, and also because I think that'd be fun. Oh, and there's even a pistol guy. That seems great. I like pistols. That seems really cool. I'll admit, I don't know anything about it. Also, if you look, these stat numbers look really balanced compared to these other ones where they get 10s and 9s. I feel like this is the most balanced one as I'm looking at these stats. Do I know what these mean? Absolutely not. I have no idea, like I said. But fast shooting, fast talking. Oh, cool. Can handle problems in different ways. Hide with an energy shield. That seems cool. Guns blazing, throw flashbang. It's a gun build. I absolutely love that. Anyway, let's look at these profile pictures. See if there's anything that's kind of going to look like us. I don't know. I kind of like the guy with the glasses. That seems cool. We can kind of customize our character a bit, it looks like. I can get a different face. God, you really can't see much. Okay. There's no numbers to any of these, so I don't know. I'm a white dude. I'll just leave it as default. Can you rotate this stuff? Yeah, I guess so. They have all kinds of cool hairstyles and stuff. I don't know. My hair right now, it's kind of... I don't even know if they would have hair based on my hairstyle right now. I guess this is fine. Yeah, this is fine, I guess. Let's see hair color. Do they have brown? I think they have brown somewhere. Let me see. They have brown. That's fine. I don't have a beard right now. Oh, actually, I have a bit of a shadow. There's a shadow. We'll do that. That's fine. I don't have any tattoos. Clothing color. Oh, I like green. Green's very cool, but do they have white? Because that's our kind of channel logo. Yeah, white and the black. That seems cool. Gloves. We'll do fingerless gloves, I guess. Yeah, fingerless gloves seem fine. I don't know. Okay, the character customization isn't very interesting. So there's customized, new character. Okay, so we have our character, we got our name. Let's just start the game. Let's just go for it. I'm really excited. Alright, like I said, guys, there's a lot of reading in this game, so just bear with me. We're going to read through all this, because it's new to me too. Let's see. It is the year of our Lord, 2754. You will never feel the sun's warmth under a blue sky, never hear the wind in the branches of a tree, and never swim in the ocean. Because you had the misfortune to be born on the ship, you have never seen Earth, and you'll never see Proxima Centauri either. Your past and future both sacrificed by some dim and nameless ancestor of the greater good to the greater good of a mission. Starfarer, they called her, a pretty name for a retrofitted interplanetary freighter. She had already been 20 years in service when she was rechristened, and showing every minute of it no one is certain the ship will actually reach its destination, and nobody much cares, since no one alive now will live to see it. Fatalism is the prevailing philosophy of the shipborne. Make the best life you can, and consign all your what-ifs and might-haves to the void. Answer a few questions. I'm more than happy to answer a few questions. I'm all about the lore. This is a story-based game. We're going to get into it. All right, let's learn about this. So, the ship was launched by a neo-Christian conglomerate dedicated to establishing a religious colony on a distant world. Well, guys, if you don't know me already, you know I'm not religious at all. So, that's very disappointing to hear that we're, I guess, going to go colonize a place in the name of a god. That's a bit disappointing. The original 50,000 passengers, the so-called first generation, were true believers in the mission. They sacrificed whatever lives they had on Earth and demanded strict obedience to the laws of God and the ship from their children. Unfortunately, the generations that followed lacked their forebears' fervent will to sacrifice. Dissatisfaction led to open revolt against the authorities, called the Mutiny, and the mutiny metastasized into a civil war. While the mutineers dealt a decisive blow to the old order, they did not eradicate it completely. When the fires died and the smoke finally dissipated, 3 factions emerged from the wreckage of the old order: the Protectors of the Mission, the Brotherhood of Liberty, and the Church of the Elect. I have a feeling I'm going to like the Brotherhood, guys. That feels like my kind of... Based on what I'm reading here, that sounds interesting. Each promising their own version of the future. You've always thought that rebelling against the ship's authority was a mistake. The environment itself is hostile to human life, and order is always preferable to chaos. The mutineers did the right thing. Why would the shipborne blindly follow? But I don't believe that either. That's the interesting thing. In my view is that they're doing this mission for dumbass reasons, but that doesn't mean we should destroy the ship for it. Let's see. Though they would deny it, the mutineers were fulfilling God's will when they toppled the old order. All shipborne bend to God's... Oh. I want to take a side here, but this seems like a mess. Which one is the Brotherhood of Liberty? Are those the guys who are maybe... So you can either be Protectors of the Mission, Church of the Elect, which I don't know what that church is. That church might not even actually be religious. That might just be because it's a whole... The entire ship, it has a religious context on top of it. So everyone in here has their own religion, and so it's possible there'd be another kind of religion also within the ship. I don't know. Oh, that's really interesting, actually. Who cares? You got enough problems? No, I want to be involved. I don't like playing those characters who are like, no, I don't give a shit about what's going on. It kind of ruins it. Let's see. Just to be clear, the mutiny just found us. Okay, maybe the mutineers did the right thing. I agree. Why would they? I guess I agree with the mutineers. In fact, you would go on to say, life is change, and to stagnate is to die. The systems by which shipborne governed must evolve. I do agree with that. Tyrants have always been... Ew, yuck. Violence is never... I'd rather evolve how the ship operates than straight up try and justify violence. I think if you're running a ship, you should just be able to evolve to make the ship more manageable. I think that's a good one. And I'm sure these choices are actually going to have an effect on our characters, so let's read through this carefully. The ship suffered extensive damage during the Civil War, but remains operational. The hull was breached in several places, and the frantic efforts to avoid a meltdown crippled the main reactor. Radiation has increased in places to lethal levels, and several areas remain dangerous to stay. So we weren't able to flush out the radiation when the hull got pierced in the ship. Probably because if this is like a generational vessel, they would only have presumably enough supplies to take most of the population in stasis, I assume, and send it out. That's how most generational ships are theorized to supposedly work in most science fiction. This one seems like a generational ship, though, where people aren't sleeping, but rather they're just living and dying, that way. So that's interesting. That's a bit different. When a small percentage of children in the habitat were first born deformed, they were branded mutants and immediately shunned. The young were abandoned, and those whose defects didn't manifest were later driven out. Okay. With the condition of the fusion... So, the first generation that was cryostasis or whatever, some of them got messed up, and so they're not really humans anymore. They're mutants, as they say. So, I don't know how much of their humanity got retained from that. It's not clear. Oh my god, will Discord stop? doing this? Give me 1 second, guys. I apologize deeply. I gotta turn these notifications off because they are pinging in my ear and I will not stand for it. Can we please go? Don't they have a stream remote on this? Notifications. Disable all notification sounds. Never mind. There we go. We got it. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry. Okay, back to the story. All right. So that's interesting, though. I wonder how much of their humanity got retained. With the condition of the fusion, also because remember, if they're branded mutants and they're supposedly away from us, that would essentially imply that they have their own culture and their own way of thinking. So they might not even consider themselves to be human. And so this one might not be an equal rights issue. This might be more of our species should be able to coexist with regular humans, right? That might be how they view themselves. I don't know. I honestly have no idea. So, with the condition of the fusion reactor degrading to dangerous levels, and the number of volunteers for jobs in areas exposed to radiation remaining few, the mutants negotiated a pact with the Habitat, granting them protection from harassment and violence in exchange for their maintenance. Oh, okay, so this is kind of a two separate group kind of thing that we have going on, where the regular humans are just gonna chill and not be dicks, but then the mutants, in order to not be people be mean to them, have to go to the dangerous areas and fix the ship. Those mutants are probably not going to survive when the ship lands if they keep making mutants. So I've always thought that mutants are an abomination. Ooh, not in the sight of God, though. That's a bit weird. Mutants prove themselves. I think they did prove themselves. Who better to be exposed to radiation than those already affected by it? I agree with that. We're all God's children, even with those web fingers or deformed faces. Are you so beautiful you can shut... that's silly. And again, maybe it's because I'm coming at this from a non-religious perspective, but I think that's silly. In saving the ship, they save the world as we know it. I assume Earth is gone, as it always is in these kind of stories. The debt can never be repaid. If anything, we need to embrace the possibility. Yeah, that might be a possibility. I think it'd be cool if the humans could hang out together. Ostracizing fellow humans based on genetic differences is wrong. Hopefully our descendants will live in harmony in the future. That's, I think, the best solution, probably. But I wonder if living in harmony, it would mean that we'd expose more people to go down to the ship. I think for the safety of humanity, I think this might be the best choice. Because, because there are clear differences, I think, that we need to acknowledge here. And I think in a survival situation where the ship is clearly going to die if someone isn't fixing it, we may as well allow those who have already been affected to protect the ship for the good of all of them. Not saying the mutants aren't human, just saying these humans who are mutated are honestly the best choice to have fix the ship. I wish I could combine number 5 with number 2 because I kind of agree with both, but I worry that with the concept of true harmony existing, it might screw up kind of the culture of, I don't know, humanity itself as we know it. I don't know, animals evolve, I mean, that's just nature, but these mutations aren't natural. They aren't naturally evolved from natural selection, so these mutations probably don't have the same benefits that a regular mutation in evolution would produce. So I think this is probably the best choice. I think. God, I hope so. Okay, a place you call home is known as the Pit, and to some more affectionately as the Free City, calling the towers of containers rising from the depths of a cargo hold in a city a bit of a stretch. And so is the other half of it. With no kind of law or government, freedom mostly means you're free to kill or be killed. On the plus side, housing is cheap, and keeping overhead low is a priority when you have nothing. Makes sense. The real city, a metropolis sprawling across many decks, is called the Habitat. It offers much better living conditions for those who can afford it, but to live there, you have to pick a side among the factions vying for control. Nobody in the Pit gives a damn about their struggles, but like Earth before it, nothing in this world is free. Just keep in mind, you might get more than you sign up for. Okay. So we got ourselves a classic stepping stone kind of situation going on. So we want to make sure we pick a choice that's okay. True freedom means being free from laws passed down by your supposed betters. I think law is necessary, but like I kind of agree with number 2. If freedom means living in an interplanetary ship interior, yeah, that's these pit dwellers can keep it. Personal freedom is a luxury shipborne cannot afford. To serve the state is to serve your brother and your sister and to serve self. I think some rules are necessary, but it's important to make sure the rules are fair for everyone. I think I'm going to go with this, because the others seem a little more, like, resigned to your own position and status in life. Let's see. The ship is en route to Proxima B, an Earth-like planet orbiting Proxima Centauri. That's a star, by the way. After launching a deep space probe, transmitted highly detailed images of the surface, which revealed one minor setback. This very habitable world is already inhabited. Since the voyage is estimated to take close to 400 years, it's possible that by the time the ship arrives, the colonists will encounter a mature civilization, corresponding to Earth's late Middle Ages. In that case, I assume these aren't human. And to be frank, if our species is going to die, we'll either coexist with this other species or we'll have to kill them. One of the two, but there's no way in hell we're going to let us not settle, because this is our only chance. That's how I'm looking at it. So in that first case, what setback, though unanticipated, slaves... Oh, yuck. Well, hold on. I'm not saying we got to enslave them. We got to find a way to coexist with these people, obviously. Make every effort within reason to accommodate to the savages, setting aside a clearly democratic zones. Well, this is still a fucked up way to think about it. At the very least, it implies peace, somewhat. We must every effort to live in harmony in the new world's native sons and daughters. That's a little better, I think. We will be guests in the new world, living among the local population. I think that's probably the most honest way to do it. We should be respectful to our hosts, and they're going to have a lot more pop than we do, so they could probably wipe us out even. I think this might be the best way to go about it. Since we'll be guests, we need to be able to be respectful of whatever culture. I think this is probably the best one. As inevitably happens, although to be honest, you know what's funny? But that choice didn't matter because my character will be dead before we even get there. As inevitability happens in dark and challenging times, some people turn to God for reassurance, the promise for an end to pain and hunger, whatever. The Church of the Elect has rejected both the Protectors of the Mission and the Brotherhood of Liberty as worldly fools distracted by politics and their own egos, teaching their adherents that they were chosen by God. The Church frames this journey of the ship as a centuries-long test of faith. Gross. Okay. I don't even need to keep reading. When the ship arrives at her destination, Judgment Day awaits every citizen. The right... Oh, good lord. Religion is the opium of the people? It doesn't matter if God exists. Faith has always been mankind's greatest strength and defiant trait. Religion kind of is the opium of the people. Yeah, that seems pretty clear. Honor he who was reborn, and you too shall be... Ugh, God. I think that's the most honest thing. Anyway, the Protectors... one truth is the mission. The sole way to ensure a successful completion of the mission is to follow the old ways. The ways of fathers, forefathers, and founding fathers are together. Okay, hold on. So that's the key detail they actually pointed out. The ways of the parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents. So we're like we're like Gen 4. My guy. He's Gen 4. Okay. Together, the beam upon which the ship ever travels ultimate destination. The mutiny, which... through their steadfast and timely intervention, was thankfully aborted. The ultimate betrayal of the old ways of everyone who come before the nullification of every sacrifice. Okay, sworn to agree and control the ship. The Protectors will subjugate anyone who threatens the mission. Okay. Over the last century, they've managed to expand their enclave somewhat, but the Brotherhood is deeply entrenched. To overcome them with violence would result in massive loss of life, an unfortunate consequence which itself would endanger the mission. Instead of embracing the future, the protectors are clinging to the long gone past. They're a problem, not the solution. I do kind of agree with that, but let's read the others. Protectors should be flexible if they want to attract more people. I agree with that, but that's not the main takeaway. Protectors are right about one thing. The mission is more important than our petty struggles. If it fails... fuck, I do good. Damn it, I agree with that. Shit. Born and raised on old Earth, the founding fathers were wiser than any shipborn, so how can we question? That's a bit blind. Damn it. I hate making this stupid choice, because I agree with number 1, but truthfully, if this is humanity's one shot, as much as I hate to follow the path, we don't want our species to stop existing. So I think this is the most important choice. Damn it. This is the only... that sucks. Because I really agree with this, and I want to pick it. But this is more valuable to me, I think. Crap. Okay. The Brotherhood was formed to liberate the people from the shackles of the ship authority. Their first ally, which the fossils of the old world called mutiny, did not completely achieve this aim. However, the Brotherhood was successful in establishing themselves as a significant power in the new order. Unfortunately, the Brotherhood's subsequent attempts to complete their emancipation of the enslaved, whatever they may be, ran into an unexpected obstacle. Not only did the people refuse to cooperate in this noble mission, they often violently resisted and sometimes even chose the protectors of the church over their own best interests. The war goes on, but will be fought on different battlefields with different tactics. A non-military campaign to win over the people through reason and deceit. Weakening the enemy from within is a central pillar of the new strategy. Interesting. The Brotherhood is merely an agent of a change. I kind of agree with that. He who fights monsters should look at himself. Okay. The Brotherhood did end the tyranny of the ship authority, giving us a choice how to live our lives. They shouldn't try to take the choice away now. The best slave is the one who thinks he's free. They will thank the Brotherhood later on for liberating them. Oh, man, these are hard choices. I think this is the most noble choice. He who fights monsters should look to not himself become a monster. I think that's very self-actualizing, a very humble way to think about it. I think we have to do this choice. I'm not sure. I actually have no idea, guys. I don't know what I should pick. Okay. I just went with that, just because that seemed like the safest choice. Your beliefs and opinion may change and evolve over the course of the game. Oh, meta. Now the game's talking to me. Your beliefs and opinion may change and evolve over the course of the game as you interact with factions, groups, and various individuals. Keep in mind that the actions speak much louder than words, and that saying one thing and doing another won't fool people for long. Essentially, try not to lie to people. Begin your adventure. All right, guys. Whew! We just did about 20 minutes of straight up world building shit and just getting into the plot. I hate to say it, but we're actually just going to end the episode here. I know. We didn't even get into the game. We just read through a bunch of dialogue. But I think this was a really good episode to get you guys to decide if this is really something you're interested in. Because this game seems very heavily story-based. And if you couldn't handle that reading, I'm not sure what you guys are going to think of the rest of the game. I don't even know. I haven't played it. But based on what I've seen from this intro, I would say I'm really excited to play the game, and this is going to be really fun. But also, just keep in mind, guys, we're going to do a lot of reading and going to make some really tough choices. So if you're down for that, stick around, and I'll see you in the next episode, guys. As always, I'm Elwirfy, and I'll definitely see you all next time. Take care, everyone.